Welcome to Mojave River Valley News. I'm your host, Eric Swanson. Today we're out here in Adelanto for this amazing event. We're got food and stuff here. Also in this episode we're going to have the Sunland car show and also the fair. In this episode, we can see we're out here at the 760. This is the fair, not a fair, it's just a food court they put out here at Adelanto Stadium. Also, we had a chance to go over to the San Bernardino County Fair this year. Very unique setting out there. I can show you some of the stuff that's going on there. Also, it was amazing getting out to Sunland Ford to their 9th annual charity event. This is showing all kinds of cars, that are all kinds of details of cars. So anyway, I think you'll like this episode. I'll be right back. All right, now we're out here at Adelanto Stadium, and I'm with here
ARLEY, ARSINEDA.
Now, ARLEY, tell me about what you're going on. Now, this is not the first, or you've had others, because this seems to be pretty rocking out here right now. I know the band's getting ready to start in a minute, I guess.
Yeah, so we've had 2 others in 2019. Obviously, everybody knows what happened in 2020. So we took a whole break. We didn't want to find any loopholes. It was very important for people, you know, to like take care of their safety. So we went away, but it's 2021, so we decided to come back and bring something back to the community so everyone can come out with their family, their friends, and just have a good time.
You know, I like this. You know, this kind of reminds me of is, I know there's these, the community back to school, I keep saying that, the back home nights and something like this where everybody can get together and have fun.
You know what, we always kind of just tie it into how can we have the biggest backyard party, right? Because the stadium has been up here for so long, so it's monumental to us, you know, to the high desert. Right. So how can we come together as a community and throw the biggest party and something that's like very important to me? I call it a landmark, you know, even though it's not to its best potential, but if we keep coming, if the people keep coming, we'll get it back to what it used to be.
Now we're still a little early here, so I'm sure more and more people are they're coming in the gate like crazy. So that I see this place is going to pack out a lot more than it is today here.
Yeah, our first time.
For sure.
See, so this is what we do it for. This is my daughter right here. Come on. So you want the hat?
She's not happy with the hat.
It's hot. There we go. So what we do, the first time we did it, we brought around 3,500 to 4,000 people.
Nice.
And then the second time, we matched that number.
Nice.
And so we're estimating the same amount for this time too.
Well, I'm sure people are looking for it just to cool down just a little bit.
Yeah, so once the sun goes down and we have a beautiful sunset and the stadium lights turn on, it becomes a whole different environment and people just really have a good time.
So you're planning on these how often?
So our goal is to have it around 3 times a year. We could come and do it every other week, once a month, right? But we want to make sure that we keep putting the right effort. And then ultimately, these aren't cheap, you know? It takes money to put these together.
Right.
So I'm just an average Joe. I just work hard. I'm in the community. I'm an entrepreneur. So I'm using my own money to develop this. Now, if we can get sponsorship money, so then something different can come, you know?
There you go. I like it. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for putting this on. The community always needs stuff like this.
No worries, man.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're out here in the field, and I'm here with
Daniel Ramos.
Now, Daniel, you are the other half of this.
Correct, yes, sir.
So, and also, you are Mayor Pro Tem of Adelanto.
City of Adelanto,
so
yes, sir.
Talk about trying to get your community together. This is really taking that office to another extreme, I would say.
Absolutely, no. That's definitely the plan. Is to not even just only take an office, but take an entire high desert to another level. You know, we feel that these kind of events is something that the high desert is begging for and fiending for, somewhere where everybody can come out and have a great time. And we definitely do a great job at putting this together for everybody to come out.
Now, you have a lot of vendors. How many vendors do you have here?
Yeah, so we ended up locking out at about 45 vendors. The awesome thing was that we had 80 vendors apply, but we wanted to make sure that we didn't, you know, overstock the event with vendors. First time, you know, after COVID, so we locked out at 45. We have about 25, 27 food vendors and about 13 different culture vendors right now.
Now we're here fairly early, like we mentioned in the other interview. So you got people still coming in here right now.
We do, yeah. So we just checked the head count at about 5:30, and we hit 1,000 people that came through already. We typically see about 1,000 to 1,500 come through between 4 and 7 7-ish, 7:30. Once that sun goes down, that's when the influx of people really start to come out.
Now this is not your first event, but you guys are kind of referring to it. So COVID must have been really tough. That must have really hit you guys deep.
Yeah, it was really disappointing, being that we had 3 events and they really they were received well by the communities, and then going into our 4th event, COVID happened. We were shut down. It was disappointing, but it was really encouraging at the same time because it gave us a year and a half, 2 years to really plan, prep, network, and get some amazing sponsors together to really come out with an amazing first event out of COVID.
Now, I caught a little bit earlier. So you guys want to do this more often, I'm thinking here.
We do, yeah. So as long as we get the support from the communities, we are committed to coming out every 45 days. We were doing it 3 times a year, and just because of all the hard work and time that goes into planning something like this, it's not just like we throw some vendors together. If you take a look around, we've got T-Mobile, we've got bands, we've got stages, we've got a lot of production that goes into play. So we would love to do it every other month, maybe every 45 days, but let's see what the community thinks about it, and then we'll go from there.
I think it's great. Well, thank you for sharing with us, and thank you for bringing the event to the desert.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you for your service on the Adelanto part.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
So I'm on stage, and we're going to do an interview. Tell me the name of your band.
The name of the band is called Electric Nation.
If you get a chance, maybe introduce your band here real quick and pass the mic around.
Absolutely. Let's start over here. We have Carlos, and he's on guitar. We have ARLEY, he's on keys and the saxophone.
I like the sax.
And on this side is Sammy, our drummer. And we got Rennie Jones on bass. Rennie J, the big J.
So where did
and my side man, superstar, jam star, guest star.
I'm the guest star for the evening.
Do you almost get left off?
Romero.
So tell me a little bit about your band. Where did you guys get together? How'd you form? Is this something that you guys have been doing a long time together? Or?
Well, I formed the band about a year and a half ago, and it was a kind of a tedious project to find the right musicians. And at one point, it finally came together, and we started doing some gigs, and been very successful since then.
So you guys are not to the point where you have nicknames yet.
Not too many.
Not yet. When I did the Eagles tribute band the other day, the TLR, it's funny, everybody had a nickname.
Right.
So you guys, that's your next level? You get the nicknames down?
We might think about that.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the table.
Now we're over here by the food courts. Your shirt, I'm not dressed right.
No.
So who am I here with?
Yeah, hi. My name is Uncle Sal, and I'm the mascot of Market 760.
You are the mascot, I heard, of everything that exists.
Well, that has been said of me as well. That's a little lesser known fact about Uncle Sal. He's kind of the uncle of everybody, uncle of everything, kind of the uncle of all things, Uncle Sal.
Uncle Sal, you fit the event very, very well. So, thank you for taking a second with us.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you. All right, we're out here at the front of the fair. Now, the fair is different this year, and I'm here with
Elizabeth BECCERA, San Bernardino County 4 board member.
You're doing a great job here. I can't believe what you guys were able to put together. So give us a little idea of what it took to get to this point.
We did this in 5 weeks. It took HELMS and Sons. It was their option, their idea and everything. They said they would come here and put it on. Usually we contract with them. This time they contracted with us. They needed the space.
Nice.
They said, we can make the carnival happen if you can make everything else happen. We started making calls and people came running. We're glad that at least right now, we have a lot of our citizens that are local that are coming. Something to do. Let's get out, let's get some sun.
To me, this is all about I think a lot of people don't recognize that this fair doesn't make a ton of money. It's always on a shoestring, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So did this help at least keep things balanced a little bit?
This thing is going to help keep the doors open through next year. Now we can start renting our buildings again.
Nice.
For people that want to do events, do the Christmas parties, things like that. That's where we make our money, is off the rental of the grounds and rental of the buildings. So that's why you'll see the home show here. They're coming back. They've already signed their contract. And then you'll see the monster trucks. They're coming back. So next year's fair, we're going to come back better than ever and stronger. Also.
I'm excited about it. So, Liz, thank you very much. I know that you had some work you're doing over here, so I'll let you get back to that.
Volunteering, you got to help out wherever we can.
I guess you got to. Liz BECCERA, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Now we're out here at the San Bernardino County Fairs in Victorville, and we're near all the food and stuff's going on. I'm here with
Joe ZUCCARO, President of the Board of Directors for the County Fair.
Now, Joe, how many years have you been on the board? But you've been involved with this fair much longer than that.
Yes, I have. I started with the fair back in 1980. I was with Victorville Fire Department as a firefighter. We used to do the first aid booth. And then I started doing photography here, became the staff photographer. And then about 8 years ago, I was appointed to the board by Governor Brown.
Nice. So now tell me, because I was able to talk to Liz a little bit here. You guys really put this together almost at the last second. Tell me how that all came together.
Well, because of the whole pandemic and Governor Newsom's regulations, we originally weren't sure if we'd have a fair this year. As you know, last year we had to cancel and we did not have our fair. This year, we planned on doing a drive-through event, which has become very popular in a lot of different areas. It was very successful. So we were planning to do that. And then, as things started to loosen up a bit, DAVIE HELMS from HELM and Sons Amusement approached us and asked to partner with us to put on this reduced size fair.
Right.
So we still have restrictions from the governor as far as how many people can be here, how many buildings we can use, things like that. But so far, after day 2, it seems to be working. It seems to be very successful.
Very good. All right, thank you very much. And people look like they're having fun out here.
People are definitely having fun. There's been a few negative comments, but everybody that's come out is having a great time. So we just want to see people come out. We'll be open for 2 more weekends after this. We have Memorial Day, and then we have the first and second weekends in June, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Very good. Thank you for talking to us on this, because this is still an amazing thing that's happening in Victorville here.
This is definitely a community event, and it's here for the community. It's a
Wonderful.
community fairgrounds.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eric.
Now we're at the midway here, and I'm with
Jennifer Monter, the CEO of the SBC Fair.
you are the top with the board right there with you, right?
Yes, I am.
So one of the things you told me a story about, I would love to hear you share about it, that kind of shows the essence of what the fair is.
So the fair is actually my Christmas. Basically, it comes around one time a year. All your friends and family and our fair extended family gets together one time. And the Ferris wheel is my Christmas tree. And I even have a little song that I skip to, but I'm not singing that for you.
This is a tradition that goes back to, I've just aged myself a little bit. Back in the 60s, I was here every year. In those days, it was in September. So I think the key thing is this is part of a standard that is in our valley, that you guys are keeping it moving forward.
That's what we want. We want this tradition to stay alive. This is our 74th. We didn't get to see our 73rd. And I really hope that with the community behind us, we can see our 75th.
Jennifer, you're doing a wonderful job here. Thank you very much for talking to us for a few moments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're at the kids' corner, I guess you're calling this. Is that right? No. You had a different Cub Country.
Yes,
and I'm here with
DAVIE HELM, CEO, HELMS and Amusements.
So your group is really the group that came through and saved this fair this year.
You know, during the pandemic, you go through a lot of tops and turds. You try to figure out a way when you get back, how can we do something different? Not just open up and relaunch the way we used to be. And I have a child that's 2, 4, and 6, and I'm always trying to do something outside of the box for them. This is kind of what we did during the pandemic, and I started thinking to myself, talking with my wife, man, this would be really cool if we could add this to our repertoire when we go, not charge anything, and then bring it to the people in each of our communities. The hardworking parents out there, especially the moms that don't have anywhere to go sit, they deserve something different. And so for us, reimagining ourselves as a theme park operator instead of a carnival, we wanted to kind of reimagine when you go places. Instead of having a ride, we wanted to have a real presence here and have a theme park atmosphere.
Now the room we're in here now, it just blew my socks off when you showed it to us the other day here. I mean, you got stuff, look at these things, they're little tiny ones for the little tots, Over here you have a bouncy place that has competition or something going on in there. This is wonderful. Can you give us just a quick little piece on that?
Yeah, basically what we did was, I'm very blessed. We have as I said, a 2, 4, and a 6. They love video games, I love video games, and so what we wanted to do was basically make it to where they were kid-sized and they didn't feel overwhelmed or intimidated. And so we kind of looked at all of our favorite genres and then kind of created something that was for them. A smaller skee ball, a smaller air hockey, a smaller basketball, smaller video games here, a little carousel. So the toddlers that are always crying outside where they say, you know, we really want to ride the big one, but we can't. Now we have something for them to do, and you know, I couldn't be more happy. I mean, my children love it in here.
Well, I saw they're sanitizing the room. You got it all set. Davey, thank you very much for doing this for
Thank you so much.
I mean, this is something we
We're thrilled
don't
to be
want to
here.
lose.
We're thrilled to be here.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you at the fair.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, so we're out here today. This is at Sunland Ford. Now, this is an event that's been going on for a long time. Can you tell me who you are and what the event is?
Okay, my name is Dean AMARU, and I'm the president of the Ford Mustang Club located here in the high desert. And this event has been going on 10 years here at Sunland Ford. And basically, it's a car club, car show for everybody's type of car. So it's Corvettes, it's Volkswagens, it's Fords. It's part of the car culture of the high desert.
Well, you sure, how many cars do you think you have here today?
We have 110 cars here
Oh,
today.
this is amazing. And there's cars from all kinds of styles. I mean, we picked the green one because the green one looked good today, right? Looks good.
And it's a Chevy.
So tell me, now this is a fundraiser.
This is a fundraiser. We generate funds for St. Mary's Pediatric Center.
Okay.
So at the end of the season, when we take our expenses out, the balance, we write a check, and it'll be posted in the local newspaper and maybe on your station.
Now, is this, you do this event the same time approximately every year?
Every year we're here at Memorial Day weekend.
Nice.
The Marine Corps is here. We have about 4 or 5 car clubs that join us. If you wander around, you'll see multiple car clubs.
Now, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
We have a Facebook page, High Desert Fords and Mustangs. I'm also president of the High Desert Car Club Council, which represents about 6 or 7 car clubs. And you can call me at 760-221-2994.
Well, it's a great event, great cause, and boy, you sure have the cars here today.
This is a great turnout, beautiful weather. Appreciate the conversation.
Excellent, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're right next to an amazing car, and I'm here with
Scott Chambers.
Now, Scott, you are as high as you can go, you are the owner of Sunland Ford, am I right?
Right, perfect.
So, give me an idea of what this event means to you out here.
It's really big. You know, every year we kind of look forward to this because Memorial Day is like one of our biggest sell years. Events. Sorry. So what happens is, you know, every year this event has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and so it just brings in more and more people. It doesn't cost you anything to come here and come see all these great cars and everything. So it's worked out for everybody actually, and it's been so we look forward to it every year.
Well, this isn't even on your sales lot. Your sales lot is way over there. You're not even trying to push cars. You're just having people have a good time. It looks like to me.
Yeah, just you can come down. They got food. They got some items that you can purchase if you want to with vendors and all that kind of stuff. And then they give out awards for all these cars out here. And it's not just Fords. They got all sorts of cars here. So it's really good.
Thank you for doing this event today because I think this is important for the community. Now tell us, what's the best way to get a hold of you from Sunland Ford?
Yeah, you can just call. I'm here all the time, so you just call 760-241-7751 and you can get a hold of me.
Excellent. Well, you got a band going on here. You got a bunch of cars. Great. This is a great event. Thank you very much for doing this event.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Now we're out here. This is a 69 Camaro. I know this one, and I'm out here with
Jay Winters.
Now, Jay, I've known you for a long time. You did amazing work for Hesperia School District out there, and I know you've always been involved with cars because you were involved with cars with the students back then. But tell us what this is.
This is a 69 Z28 Camaro that I purchased in 1972. I bought the car to go NHRA Super Truck drag racing because it was not a classic. I drove it off a used car lot for $2,500. Went racing with it. My first class win came in 1978 up at the inaugural Mile High National in Denver, Colorado. I've got about 15 class wins over my 15-year career of racing. Indy, Denver, Pomona, and so on. Put the car away when life got in the way.
Yeah.
Work and whatnot.
Yep.
And when I retired in 2018, I decided to restore the car.
Well, you have done an amazing job on this vehicle. This is beautiful.
What you see looks almost identical to what I drove off the used car lot, but underneath the skin, it's all current technology.
Oh, I see. Nice.
Got an LS3.
Yeah.
LS3 motor with a camshaft option, so it's like 550 horse.
Yeah.
6-speed manual trans, Dakota digital gauges, vintage air. A retro sound radio has the push buttons just like my original radio, but I can hook my iPhone up to it and I got Sirius XM on it.
Well, Jay, thank you very much for showing us your car here.
Thank you.
It looks beautiful. So
thank you
great.
very much.
Now I'm in front of an amazing piece of equipment with
Dave Anders.
Now Dave, how long you've had this is something that is just through the roof.
It's I've owned this car for 12 years.
So
go ahead.
What have you done with it just besides make it look really nice?
just enjoy it. It's called a continuation car. It's a continuation of the original Ford GTs back in the 60s. This is a 1966. And it is painted up to resemble the Le Mans winner in 1968 and 69. They also won in 66 and 67, and of course Ford versus Ferrari, the movie, was about the culmination of this car and winning in 1966.
This is amazing. Thank you for bringing it out today and
showing
showing it to us.
It's my pleasure.
All right, thank you very much. The cars that we looked at today out at the Sunland 9th Annual Memorial Day event was just amazing. And then being out here at the food court out here today, get a chance to see what's happening out here in our community. These are just amazing things. Then getting back to the San Bernardino County Fair. We wouldn't have had a fair this year with the COVID situation, but you know, now we were able to have the fair. It was a little bit more difficult, but you know what? Having these events in the community are just amazing.